Hi guys, so today we're going to try out Spellbinders November 2021 APG Die of the Month. These were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you were to purchase items through those links. So of course for these kind of club kits it would be links to the different clubs. So you get the APG by itself or like in a value club, and all those different links will be there in the description box if you want to check it out. But for this month, super cute. So I already did kind of an unboxing of these, but I'll quickly go over them. I do get samples, so I put them like on this board so we can see them, but I also get, you know, a copy of the carrier sheet that you normally would get these items on, and of course the one you have is in color, and it's, you know, houses all these things on it, but I just printed this out real quick. I'm going to go ahead and make it into the 3D vignette that is what it's supposed to create here, but you can use just the tree on its own, or the different, I mean, there's different size trees, and you can play with it however you like, of course. And so again, this is the 3D vignette for the little Christmas tree. So hopefully you can see here we have our pieces, we're going to have our trees, and it says you're going to cut 2 of each of the small and the medium tree, and 1 of the large. And what they mean by that is these 3 pieces, they're kind of sandwiching them. So like this first one, if you can see, I know it's not in color, but it's green, gold, and then green. So you have the green with the inlay, the gold, and then the background green. You're going to sandwich them all together, and you need 2 of those because in the back, it's going to go opposite, right? So you have the nice side facing you, just like this, small, medium, and large. And then when you turn it around, you can also have the medium and the small, just to finish out your 3D vignette. So it looks really nice. So you're going to get 2 of those. 3 die cuts in each of those, so there's that, and then the large tree, just the one in the center. Of course, the little gifts is basically what holds it, and I'm telling you in color, this looks gorgeous. And then we have our little die that has the sentiment, whatever you want to put in there. There's 2 different sentiments, and just put it together. So really cute and really sweet. So let's take a quick look at the pieces. So again, our trees, the small, medium, and large. Again, you can just use them flat like that, or even layer them up on a card, maybe this as the background, middle, and the top one. You have the little ornaments. So we have the background of the ornament, because when you cut this, you can pop it on there. So let's say you did this in silver, so you have like the little silver hook looking area, and then this part that goes over it would be like your colorful part. Same thing with this guy. I love the design of this ornament. That is so cute. Alright, so then we have our sentiment die, or label, however you want to look at it. It has love, hope, and joy, or believe, that you can pop in there. These are the portions that make the 3D vignette part, so you need 2 of this. We need these little brackets that kind of help it, keep it space in between. I don't know if you can see here. Just so they don't just kind of collapse on each other. It's going to give them some space there, so that's nice. Nicely engineered there. And this is the very base, so I don't know if you can see, there's like little, well, hopefully you can see that, little score marks. And those are all the little gifts, so we have our gifts here. Excuse me, got something in my throat. So we have these pieces, the base pieces, and then if you see here, let me see, where can I point that out? Kind of here, I know it's hard to see because it's black and white, but like this side of the gift, on this other side, it's like a coordinating piece of panel there, or like the top of this gift. So you have all those different pieces that you can play with. So they're all within these dies here, our little bows, and then you just pop them in place where you would like. There looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe gifts. Really pretty. And then of course our dies with the large Christmas tree, the medium, and the small with the inlays. So this one is an inlay. It doesn't have an edge to cut. This is the edge you're going to cut if you would like to pair those together. Same thing with this one, and same thing with this one. This one has this whole piece and then just this little decorative area. I'm going to grab some papers and we will get started. Okay guys, so I grabbed some papers. Some are scraps and some are full sheets, just depending on what color, you know, what I need for each color. So as we talked about at the beginning here, in the intro, we're going to do the 2 small trees, 2 medium trees, and then 1 of the large ones in the middle. I think for the back of my card, you know, you want it to look nice, but I'm not going to put the gold in the center, so I'll just do that for these first few that you can see, and then on the back side it's just going to be green on green. So I'm not going to have 3 pieces. I'm not going to have like the decorative plus the gold plus the background green one. It'll just be the topper green and the background green, and they'll be the same color, and I think it'll still be really nice with that texture on there. Same thing for this one. It's just going to be the 2 green trees. Again, we want that sturdiness. You can just put 1, but it's not going to be as sturdy as if you had 2 glued together, right? So we'll still do the front and the back. And then this guy. So, and then the gifts. So I am going to do these things in this manner. So I'm going to cut my trees, and then we're going to cut the bases, and then the decorations and this decoration in the front. I know here it tells you what to cut and everything, but it's unless you want to keep those pieces to the side, you know, I rather just cut them when I get to it. So go with part 2 here, and so I just have some sturdy paper. I chose 2 different colors of green, and I think that'll be fun. Just not sure if I want to do dark, light, dark, or light, dark, light. Let's go dark, light, dark. Why not? So that means from this first one, I'm going to cut 2 of the dark. I'm trying to explain this in a way that would make sense. So if we're going to do our number 1 here, I need 2 that are the dark green. That's what I'll be using. That's sandwiched the gold in between there. So I'm going to cut 2 that are completely solid. 1 for the front one and 1 for the last tree in the back, right? So I need 2 that are solid. 1 that's solid gold for this front one. For the one in the back, I'm not going to sandwich the gold, so I don't need that. And then I'm going to need 2 of this dark green, but with the insert. Okay, so whenever I cut those, we put it down. We tape these guys down really well so they don't move. And then you run it through, okay? And so on. So I'll do that with those. I'm going to use the bright green in the middle, which means it's going to be this guy. And again, I'm going to cut 1 from gold. I'm going to cut 2 just like this. I'm sorry, 2 just like this from the light green or bright green. Sorry, I was about to misspeak. So then I'm going to cut 2 with the insert, just like that. Okay. And when I'm done cutting, I will show you because it'll make more sense. Because I'm talking about the ones in the front and the ones in the back, and it might be kind of confusing right now. But as you're looking at it, you see 1, 2, 3, right? Small, medium, large. And on the back side of it, right here, you're going to go from that large one to medium and then small. So that's why those 2 are going to be slightly different. If you want to make them all the same, go for it. Of course, you can definitely do that. And then the middle one is just a large tree. So we're going to cut a solid dark green one like this. We only need 1 of this tree in the middle. So we're going to do a solid one like this. I'm going to do a solid green one that has the inlay, and then I'm going to do a solid gold one. Okay, so my gold paper, I have it here. I just have some scraps that I think will work out in several pieces. So I'll be right back with my tree pieces. Oh my gosh, I'm cutting like, I mean, look how clean it just comes out. So cute. So hopefully you can kind of see what I'm saying. For the one in the back, I'm just going to do these 2 layers. And for this one, it is going to be the complete sandwich layer with green. You're not going to see the green one in the very back. Let me grab that. And then this gold. And then again, we're going to layer it up with another one that has the inlay. Like that. So you see the gold through there. And it makes a very sturdy piece. So when you put it in your little 3D vignette, it's just really nice and sturdy. But again, the second one is just going to be this and this. Okay. And this one, I have the gold middle. I have the green background. And then this guy. That's going to go on top. So it'll be something like that with the other layers. Alright, I'll cut out the small ones. Okay, so I have my last small guy cut. I should probably clear this area out for now. Like I said, I just want to get my trees going. And then we'll build up the other pieces and cut them as we go. And of course, this is just what I'm doing. You can do whatever you like. There's tons of ways to layer these up. I mean, you can either even have, you know, maybe this background one should be a dark green, so when you put the light green on top, the dark green little buttons show through for the ones that I'm going to place in the back. However you want to layer it. I mean, there's just tons of ways. So I'll just start. So I'll start with like one like this. This is going to be the very front guy. So I will glue this gold one. Oh, the sunlight's so nice right now. The natural light. Right in here. And that's all we're doing, just matching things up. Give it really nice and sturdy. Okay. And then I'll stack this one on top. So this is the one for the front of the card, or the pop-up 3D vignette, but also the very front tree. And like I said, the 2 that go on the back, the medium size and the small one that go towards the back, I'm just going to make decorative, but I'm not going to decorate them or even, like I said, add the gold to those. So pretty. Aww. I'm going to hold that in place. And then like these two, like I said, and the one in the back is just going to be green on green. And that'll be nice and sturdy. If you want to add a third layer, go for it. If you want them all to be the same, like, sturdiness. But with this one, all I'm going to do is glue these down. And that will be that. Make sure that bottom part is really glued. You know, that's just my choice for the back, so it's still decorative, but I'm not going to spend the time super decorating it. So this will go facing out in the back. So these middle ones, I'll do basically the same thing. I was like, where's my other one? It was underneath. So that one on top of this one, with this one on top. The one for the back is just the background plus the inlay one on top. And the only other one I'll show you right now is the middle one, because we're going to do a little something. Or at least I am, if I can. Let me see if this is the same. I just want to see if it's symmetrical. Yay, perfect. Okay. So for this one, you know when you use your die, it has a nice side where the die pushes in and it's cut really nicely and rounded. And on the back side, it's a little rougher cut. I don't know if you can tell. It just looks rough, right? Since this is going to be showing through at the back, what I'm going to do is put these two together with the back side facing this guy. So on the back side of my 3D vignette, it looks nicer. It has that nice cut side, and then these guys, you know, well, not this one, but the medium one, and then this one will layer on top of that, just so it has a nice edge. If it wasn't symmetrical, then I wouldn't do that, but since it is, we're going to do that. That way that back side has a nice edge instead of the rough cut side showing. And then I'll layer it up the same from there. So we have that. And then I'm just going to glue this one on top of here. And that'll be the one that faces front, okay? I'll be right back, guys. Looking so good. So let's see. So hopefully now that we have them here, you can kind of see what I'm saying. We're going to have these guys and this pretty guy. Oh, just like that. Looks so pretty. So many examples, too, of just putting them, you know, on a card like this. You want to layer up the pieces. Gorgeous. So those are going to be the three in the front, and then the ones that face back go like this. And so it's still decorative, just doesn't have the gold, okay? Still feel nice and sturdy because of that glue and the layers put together. So the next thing we have is, in the steps, there's this. So of course they tell you, like I said at the beginning, to cut these pieces. We need 7 of these. And so I'm going to cut out 7 of these guys. And sorry, so 7 of those. And then we need 2 of these. And we are going to use them, you know, with the little inlay. And then the tree tab connectors, the pieces that are going to help us keep them apart, you could have cut that here. They, I know this is black and white, but they made theirs decorative where they're like green and gold. I'm just going to cut mine in the dark green color. I'm using more dark green than light green, so, or you know, you can switch them up, but we need this guy, and we need 4 of these. So I'm going to cut out 4 of these of the dark green, and that'll be for that step, and then we'll do the decorative step in just a minute. So let me put these to the side for now. Oh, we also have the little words in the front, but we can do that in just a minute also. So I'm going to use this beautiful red paper, again, nice sturdy paper. 7 of these guys. And I want to see about why we need 7. Let me see, place 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and then front and back. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, 7. 2 of this, and again, taped together so they don't move. And they are exactly the same. Sometimes it'll be where like one has more room or something different in the first part or here, and you have to have a certain way, but it doesn't matter. And this is perfectly symmetrical, so just pop it in there. Again, taping them down so they don't move. 7 of these, 2 of these, and 4 of this from probably a green scrap of paper that I have. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our 4 tab connectors and our 7 pieces here, and the 2 pieces, and it's very simple. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this situated so I can sit down here. On 2 of these guys, we're going to cut off the tabs because they're going to be the front and back, so we don't need these tabs. So just pop and remove this guy too. On 2 of them, it doesn't matter which 2. And then we're going to go ahead and connect these to the tabs, the side tabs, guard pieces. So it says to go ahead and place the 5 guards with tabs into the side pieces before inserting trees, and add the 4 tree tab connectors. And we'll talk about those in a minute, but for now we have these guys, and you can bend this back now or whenever you're done, but they're going to go in like that. And what they're saying to do is first go ahead and put these guys on. So these are for the front and the back. We'll put those to the side. And I want you to notice this have like a little curvy, this is actually the bottom. So there's like little ornaments if you want to place them there. They have the placement and the gifts and all that. So just place these in. So I'm just going to start like here. Again, your paper has like a little opening. So that part, that slit goes down in there and then you pop those in. Okay. Again, we're just going to layer them up. That little slit can go in first to give you some wiggle room. Making sure you get that in there and then pop it in. Okay, so I'm going to put them all in on this side and I'll be right back. Pop that last one in. And it's funny because it's already doing what it's meant to do. It's meant to lay flat, so you can pop it up and then lay it flat. Now the other side. Again, these are basically the same up and down, side to side, so just grab the other one and place them in, just like I did the first side. So I'm just going to line that up with that little opening, push it in. Next one. Get that little opening in there. Make sure that's in there and then straighten it out. And the next one, and the next one. Okay, just like I did before, but this one obviously is already being held on the other side, so it's a little different. I always just make sure that that little tab goes in there and then I can just pop through, okay? And I'll finish with the last 2. The last one. And again, this time it's going to be a little trickier because now all the pieces are in, but there it goes. And that way, and that way. I usually train it both ways just to make sure everything's in there and we're sturdy and we're good. Okay, so we have this guy. That's that unit. And then it says to go ahead and put the, before inserting trees, add the tree tab connectors. It also says you can just do it afterwards if you would like. So, you know, whenever it is that you want to put these in, whatever you think is easiest. So we have these little pieces. They have like little score lines. Hope you can see those. So it's something like this. And basically it's going to keep the trees off of each other. So if they fold over or whatever, they have that little
okay,
you know what? I'm sorry for the rough edit. I don't even know where we were. I had placed the little brackets in between, and then I decided not to use them. And actually, you can do whatever you like. I think it's whatever you want. They're meant to keep the tree pieces kind of separate. I'm not 100% sure what they're showing here. And when I first glued them, I thought that's going to make them glue together. So I'm just not going to do it. That's my choice. I don't want to rip these off, though. Well, I don't really mind ripping them off, but I'm just going to glue it flat for now because it won't be visible anyway. So I'm just going to glue this down. And I'm sorry, I just don't want to use them. It adds another layer of, you know, a little bit more difficult to use, so I'd rather just not address these. So if you want to use those, go ahead. You're just going to pop them in there. And as you build up your little tree, you are going to connect them, like this one to the next one. And all of that. But I think, you know, I like to explain things a little bit easier, and I think that adds a layer of not necessary work. So don't add the tabs. At least that's what I'm saying. Okay, so sorry about the rough edit. I was just like, you know, I'd rather not. So I'm just going to glue this down. I wouldn't have done it to begin with. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm sorry. So we have our pieces that we just bracketed. Super easy. So they want you to go with the middle one. Now, I happen to know that in Becca's video, I think she put these on here first and then put these pieces together. These instructions say something totally different. You can do whatever it is that you like. And since I'm not going to use the little brackets, I'm going to glue them on here. So, okay, sorry. So we're just going to weave these guys in here. And again, all the different instructions, you know, Becca's doing it one way, this says something else, do whatever you like. I'm just going to take this, again, this little area that has like the little ornament, you can kind of see it, is facing down, okay? This is the top of the gifts. So we're going to start with that middle one, and we're going to take our tree, and if yours is already attached before you put it on these side pieces, then yours is already done, but otherwise I did it this way, I followed the instructions there. You're going to start here, you're going to weave it into this middle piece, right? So, as you can see, there's 2 little slits. So middle piece is going from the back to the front on that top middle piece. But again, you can do it however you like if you want to do it a different way. And then pop it down through the other slit, down, down. And I'm going to layer this here, or leave it here, and I'm putting the tree all the way down so it's touching the surface of my table. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Now, I'm going to put it right behind that bracket area. If you want to put it on the other side where there's more area on this side, put it in there. I'm just going to put that little bit of glue here and keeping it straight. Maybe use this tool. Sorry for that rough edit, guys. I was just like, you know, I just recall Becca didn't use it, and it's just another step. If you'd like to do it, go ahead, but if not, it's fine. Okay, and then my middle pretty one, I'm going to put it in the front. Of course, I have this little piece of stuff on it, but I can remove it just so it's less noticeable. Sorry, guys. I'm going to pop that in the front here. So again, I'm going to let that set up because I am using a wet glue, and I prefer to use wet glue, so it does take a second. So I'll be right back. So just like that first one, this one, we're going to start from the back, going in front in that slit, and then back to the back to that bottom one. And I'm going to put it on my surface, and it's hard for you to see, but I need to see it this way so I can see that it's nice and straight. See all these, you know, it's all straight. Where am I putting my tree? Okay, and then adding a little glue on that band. Again, if you want to add it in that back area, go for it. So this is veering a little bit from the instructions just to simplify it. And as I'm holding it, I'm keeping it nice and straight and seeing that my tree is nice and straight all the way down. Okay? And I'll do the same thing with this one in the front. Weave it through, put a little bit of glue, and now that one's in the front. Okay? And then I'll do the same thing building out towards the back with the medium one facing out, because now we want it to look nice on the way out here. And then the little guy in the front. Okay? And I'll be back. As I'm working, I just like to check in with you guys. Just put that one, and then this is the last one in the back, again facing out, and weaving it in there. Kind of just letting it stand up and do its own thing. So if I have to readjust, I can do that. I'm not waiting too long until it super sets up, because that way I can still adjust like this one if I need to, and then this one. And this little bit of glue I'm going to put down at the bottom bracket, just because it's bigger for this little tree. And just eyeballing that. I'm looking at it forward like this. Okay, keeping it straight. Remove some of that excess glue. I'll make sure this side's looking good. Oh, it looks so awesome. You can't mess with it too much, and I'm sorry because you can't probably see what's going on, but look how pretty. Okay. So again, if you want to use the brackets, you know, go for it. You're just placing them in between. I just opted out of using that after I had them cut, but there we go. Okay, I'm gonna let that set up because again, my glue is wet, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give these an extra good fold. Still let them stick out because we want them to glue. I am going to say, if you're going to use those middle connectors, I would not glue the stems down, because that way when you go to fold it to send it off, like if I fold it like this, and those connectors are there, it can move, you know, it can shift the way it needs to, because you're connecting all these. So it's up to you. But okay, so I'm going to take these guys and just, I guess I can just lay this down. And keeping it straight, of course, is what you would want to do. I'm just laying this down so I can show you what I'm trying to do here. We're going to add glue to these tabs. And bring one of these little bits here and layer that on, and make sure it's the same height and everything as everything else. So hold it for a little bit, then I'll stand it up. So I'll hold it like this, and then I will stand it up to make sure that these are all the same height, you know, up and down, side to side. And again, because I'm using wet glue, it takes a little second for me to be able to do that before I stand it up, but basically what I'm going to do is pick this up and just make sure everything's level. Okay, and I'll do the same thing on the back tabs. Just do that, and then add this guy, of course, with the nice side facing out. So it looks nice on that side too. Okay, guys. Oh, look at this. Look at that. So pretty. So while that's finishing up drying, I'm not going to lay it down flat quite yet, so we can play with that in a bit. My gifts are going to be very cream and light colored. As you can see, this is like a cream pearlescent. This is like a white pearlescent paper. I know it's hard to tell the difference, but you can see a difference when they're together there. And so I just want to get my dies that have to do with the gifts. And I'm probably going to cut them both out of the colors. So like this one I'll cut from the beige, but also cut it from the white because I'm not sure which one I need for where. Same thing with this one, I'll cut it out from the white and the beige. Okay, so we have our pieces. And then our little gifts, the wrappings, I will cut from gold paper. So whatever scraps of the gold that I kind of kept here, I'll just cut them out wherever I need them. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay guys. So I did take a pause to also go see exactly how these gifts should be layered in, and then I noticed, please watch Becca's video. I'll have a link in the description box for the Spellbinders video. Even though they don't speak on it, you can see the steps she took, and she did add in the little brackets, and she did it at the very end. I'm still not going to put them in mine because I just don't want to. So earlier when I misspoke when I said that she didn't put them in. She did, just at the very end of the video. Definitely layer this up however you like, whatever it is. I'm going to go, obviously we're going to put these on the front. I'm not going to decorate the back. But my trees stand up pretty well. I'm not too worried about it, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Like I said, the instructions are very different than what Becca does. And so whatever it is that you feel comfortable doing, I say do that. So I haven't really worked this, so I'm going to go ahead and flatten that out. Like I said, I like to do it both ways just so that it gets some working. But you can see these little etchings. I know it's probably hard for you to see it, but in real life I can see them. And that's where you're going to put your gifts. Now, you know, it's up to you, whatever amount or style, the way you want to put them in. It does here tell you exactly like each die, like C, D2 and D1. Okay, well D2 and D1 go together. So that's why I cut that same die from two different colors. You can keep them all the same color, it doesn't matter. But I just thought the two colors together looked really pretty. So I'm just going to start laying them down, and hopefully you guys will see what I'm trying to say. I was going to sit down, but you know what? I'm not. So there are areas to put glue here, unless you want to put glue on the back of your pieces. Put it wherever you like. Where is my little, I need something to help me grab these things. So hopefully you can see like this one, if it comes around like this, or if it comes around the other way, you can do that, but I think we'll do this one here. And I can see that's where that goes, so I can see the pieces, you know, and then I wanted the white to complement it, so I'm going to put the white piece here. And that is one of the gifts. And that gift actually has, I think, this as the bow. Looks really pretty. I think it's that one. And then, you know, you can continue on. So I can see that there's a little square, but behind the little square there's something else. So, you know, if you want to put this guy down, and it should have like a little white lid. And then I'm kind of looking to see like the different sizes. You know, does that go there? And then we have that little gift at the bottom, which again I would layer up a different way. So let me just put this here. I don't think you can go wrong with this as long as you layer in your little squares and toppers and things. That one goes there. Again, if there's another lid that's a little smaller, let me see. I think that one goes there. These are exactly the same size, and it's too small for that, so I will lay this one here. And I'm just using a mishmash of colors. And then on top of that is that little square gift. So I can see the very edge of that. I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. There's like a little edge there. I'm just going to place this here. Actually, before I place that down, I'm going to place the bow, because the bow is going to go behind that. Definitely reference your color instructions. You can put it all the way up or wherever. That's cute right there. Put a little too much glue on that one probably. And I'll put another little hint of glue here so we can hold down. I did beige, so I want that white. Oopsie. I go this way. I just want to make sure. So it goes like that. And that little guy also has a bow we can put on top right in here. There are some spaces in the back where it's just red. Again, we have taller things that we can probably place back there. You could have placed that one there or wherever it is This one again has like a shorter gift. This one I'm going to place here. Like I said, you can play around, do whatever it is that you like. There's that one. And since I have plenty of these pieces, I can just take like this one. Put that on top. And I can add another bow. And then we need another guy over here. Try to see if it should be another short one or a tall one. Oh, maybe this guy. Oh, you know what? Yeah, well, that's fine. I'm pretty much just making this part up as I go along. Okay, and then I'm just going to add the bows wherever I feel like. So again, this tall guy will go on that one, and then just here and there. And then we're going to cut our ornaments and our sentiment, and we are good to go. So this one, just placing it here. Just every little bit looks awesome. And again, this little guy. I'll add this tall bow here, this shorter one maybe here, or maybe one of these tall ones. It just depends on how it looks. Yeah, I'll cut one more of these tall ones to put in here and just cut it down. And I'll be back. Okay guys, so I had my little bows. Look how pretty. So, just, you know, and like I said, our sentiment and things like that. So let me get this. I think I'm going to use the same red as I used earlier. And gold, I suppose, since we're doing red and gold and all these things. So I have that same red paper. For the sentiment, I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to cut that out, but I want to cut the words believe in it, and then we need something behind believe to show through. And you know what? Since I am going to do gold ornaments too, what I'm going to do is this. We're going to tape it down, run it through, and then I need this one. I'll just use the pearlescent paper, some of this pearlescent paper. So we need one that's completely just whatever color paper you want to use that shines through the lettering, okay? So I'll run that one through. And then I'm just going to do a few of these guys. So we cut out 3 at a time. And the one that's like full like this is the one that's going to have like the little hook, you know, look to it. So if you want to do that in silver or gold or whatever kind of metallic color you like, or whatever color, black, it doesn't matter. And these are the actual ornament topper bits that go on top of that. So these I'll run through in some pretty colors. Probably red, I'll bring that back in. Whatever other colors I feel like I would like to use. So I will run these through. Probably a couple times each one, so I have plenty. A couple times on these too, and then we'll put those together and put them on our little project, and we'll be done. Okay, guys, so as I work, and this lighting is changing on me, I'm just going to layer this over that base piece that I just talked about. Still have my mind reeling between, you know, using the little pieces that keep them separate or not. Again, it's up to you. Definitely watch Becca's video. What they're recommending is that you put it and then make sure you can still fold it flat. So put the next one and still make sure you can fold it flat and all that. But like I said, I mean, they stand at attention pretty well. I'm not going to pop the brackets in, but if you want to take that step, then go for it. Okay, so we don't need those. And these guys, all we're going to do is just layer up our little guys. And I have this red paper, and then I found that beautiful green shimmery paper. So on these guys I'll layer them up over gold bases too, just like this. And we have our little ornaments, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay guys, we have our little guys here. So I'm gonna lay these down flat. You can pop them up if you want. So like right here there's a little circle, so that means there's a ornament that goes there, and you can put it however you like because it just has the circle part of the bottom. On this one, I don't know if you can see, let me close up a little bit. It has a little point right there. There's a little point right here. Let me see if I can slide something back there. There you go. That little point, that means it's facing down, right? One of the ornaments that we're putting here. And since my ornaments are all red and my background is red, what I want to do in this part is I'm actually going to the next one, which is this little ornament here. There should be one right here. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these bobble ones, even though it's supposed to be a circular one. It's my card, it's your card, you can do whatever you like. So I'm going to put this guy there. And it even, you know what, even takes that shape if you wanted to. It's just that little rounded shape there. So we have those there. And then we have our sentiment. And you can put this, you know, wherever it is that you want to put it. I put it on some dimensionals. I did cut more of those little tabs, the little brackets, because you know me, I don't want to confuse anybody. I want you to understand like the different ways that you can construct something. Again, I think I got a little thrown off because the way Becca did it is really different from the instructions. Now I am covering up that little bow back there, but it's there and we know it's there, or the little guys in the front. I mean, it's whatever. I am going to turn this, oh, no, not that. Hopefully this is a little bit wet, yeah. Just make it go that way a little bit more. And that's going to be my sentiment there. Look at that. So pretty. And like I said, I feel like mine stands up pretty good without the brackets, but I am going to add in, again, you can look at it this way and add in your little decorations wherever you want, you know, your little baubles here and there, wherever it is that you want to put them, right? I'll add them in. It's so cute. I mean, look how cute this is. I love these little green ones. Look at them. Adorable. So we have all those. Because it stands up pretty well. Let me back up, go back up here. Like, I don't have any problem with what I see here, you know? The way it's standing up, everything's really great. So there's the front. Again, I'll add in the little ornaments. Here's the back. It looks great. I'm not going to decorate the back. I just did that just so it looks nice from the back. But if you want to decorate all this, add, you know, ornaments, whatever it is that you want to do, go for it. These. I just cut a couple extra because I wanted to explain it better. And, you know, I don't like people having questions. So when you make your brackets, when I first put them on, I was going to put them on just like this, right? On the back. And that's what I did. Really, they need to go like this. So it's hard to see in the instructions. Maybe a little bit harder to see in the video, or just as hard, I don't know. They need to go like this because if you're going to bracket this, you know, glue that and then glue it to the one behind it so it has that spacing. See, it's going to keep that nice spacing. It needs to be straight up and down so that you can still close this. You see that? It'll give, right? One of them, this one, well, it's not glued down, that's why it's not giving right now, but one of them will give, okay, like that. And then it pops back up because when you go like this, it follows along. So make sure that if you are going to use the brackets that they are glued in like this. Glue here, no glue there, of course. And it'll hold your tree together in that way. Okay, not laying down like this. That won't work because it'll just glue one to the other and it won't budge when you go to lay it flat. But if you glue them like this one to that one, it will lay flat when it goes like that, right? Just for the same reason this one does it. Okay, and then when you go to place it back up, it'll just flex again back in the other direction, okay? So hopefully that is clear. Sorry, I just kind of got my wires crossed and I decided just not to do it. There you go. All right, guys, I'll have some images for you. I'll have links in the description box. Again, this is the November 2021 APG Die of the Month. Just beautiful. I mean, look at that, all the little decoration here. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll have some images for you. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.